Anaplan for sales, territory, and quota planning allows you to build a real-time territory and quota plan from multiple data sources, advanced analytics, and the collective intelligence of your sales team. Anaplan for territory and quota planning also allows you to optimize against real-time insights, adapt to disruption and opportunity, and achieve organizational alignment and buy-in. So let's take a look. Anaplan for territory and quota is dynamic real-time planning that connects the multiple roles in your planning process. It allows for fully integrated tops-down and bottoms-up planning. In this example, we're setting high-level targets, and we have the ability to push those targets down any way necessary. Everything in Anaplan is dynamic, so when we make changes, you'll see those changes cascade through the entire model. In this example, we can adjust these targets as we start to work our way down through our sales organization. You can see our final target here, and we can compare that to our initial target. Anaplan also gives you the ability to align those high-level targets and strategic initiatives with how we're setting our goals at a lower level. We'll take a look at that next. Here you can see we've set a target for this specific product in this specific region, and we can see that that target is 18.8 million. We now have the ability to drive our tops-down goal-setting process off of any type of information we want, whether that's third-party data such as wallet share or internal data such as history and how our reps and regions have performed. We can see here, we can also allow for those intelligent adjustments at a lower level. We can overwrite our targets, we can hold initial targets, but when we total up all of those changes, you can see that we're always in line with the number that has been pushed down to us. Anaplan also gives you the ability to adapt to change and disruption as it occurs. Whether you want to change the way that you're doing a calculation or you have changes in your organizational structures, Anaplan is built to allow the business users to adapt to that change on the fly. In this example, we can take a look at the organizational structure that we're pushing our targets down. Let's say that we do some restructuring and now the Atlantic coast rolls up into the US East. In Anaplan, all I have to do is drag and drop, and my entire model updates in real time with these new structures. You can see now the Atlantic coast, and all the associated information and history is now rolling up into the US East as well. That's just one example of why Anaplan is great for territory and quota planning process. We can also start to push these targets all the way down to as low level of granularity as we want to. Whether you want to do that high level geo-based planning or you want to target all the way down to an account, you have the ability to plan at any and every level of granularity in Anaplan. In this example, we're taking these targets all the way down to the account level, and we're starting to make adjustments based on our wallet share and our history and any other metric that we'd want to bring into this. We can still go through that same hold override process, but you can see our final target is still in line for the target that we set on the previous page, which was 7 million for this product category. We can also loop in other types of analytics into our territory and quota planning process. In this example, we can drill into a great example of a capacity analysis where we're bringing in our tops-down target, comparing that to our bottoms-up capacity, and now we have the ability to do what-if analytics and driver-based planning to see how we can close any gap that may occur. Here I can adjust productivity assumptions. We're looking at how our reps have performed historically, and I can adjust the productivity by role that I think might occur this year. I can see what the impacts of those adjustments are in real time. I can also plan for new hires on the fly. You can see here we have a to-be hired who's starting in April. I can not only plan that I'm hiring a new person, but also what type of person they are, when we're hiring them, what their ramping profile looks like. I can adjust all these different drivers, and I can see what the impacts are. Here I can adjust our ramping profiles. What if we think that people in this region can ramp fast rather than slow? What if I want to look at our historical sales and loop in our seasonality to see how that might impact our capacity? Anaplan gives me the ability to do that driver-based planning on the fly, all within a fully connected planning process. Now we'll take a look at how we can deploy coverage to the field while also maintaining the alignment to our high-level strategic initiatives. Here we can see an example of our coverage gap analysis, which is where you can get a lot of value from using Anaplan for your territory and quota planning process. Here we get visibility not only into our direct team, but also any other type of team that we may have in our sales organization, such as overlays or specialists. In this example, I can see where we have underassignment or overassignment, and I can start to minimize the effects of under or overassignment. Here I can see that this account is underassigned. We know our final target based on our account goal setting exercise. I can compare that to any quota that's been deployed for this account, and right away I can see where there's gaps. Anaplan gives us the ability to do management by exception. I can be alerted to where I have gaps, and I can address those gaps or those issues right away. The first thing that I can do is determine which rep or which team member has the capacity to deliver on this account. Right away I can see that I have an AE who has capacity. I can see I've only assigned them 5.9, and we said that they have the ability to do 6.8 from that capacity analysis. So we can start to assign accounts to our different reps. Anaplan allows us to manage the assignment and transfer of accounts very dynamically. We can do this with effective dating. You can see the accounts Rite Aid, Comcast, and General Electric in this example have either effective start or effective end dates. I can see that the quota corresponds to whether or not we have an effective start or an effective end date, and I can transfer these accounts from rep to rep using these effective dates. I can now edit this rep's accounts, and I can see my account listing. I have the ability in Anaplan to filter so that I can pay attention to just the accounts that I want to assign. In this example, I'll select the account that we were looking at earlier, and I can simply assign that. What you'll notice here is all of the intelligence that's been built into this account will transfer with whoever we assign that account to. So anytime I assign that account to somebody else, you would see the intelligence transfer with it as well. Finally, if I go back to my subregion summary, we're able to see that we are fully covered on the direct side. I also have no coverage gaps on the overlay side, so we know that we're fully deployed in terms of a coverage model out to the field. Finally, we can review our account assignments and tie a lot of the key concepts that Anaplan allows you to do in its territory and quota planning process. Here we can see the final target is 1.5 million. We know that target is in line with our high-level strategic initiatives because we went through that tops-down goal-setting process. Here I can review all of the direct reps that are on this account, and this really highlights the transfers and the effective dating capability. Here I can see, based on these effective start or end dates, how this account transfers from one rep to the other and when each one of these reps gets quota. Finally, I can also see any overlay or specialist that also has quota for this account and which products specifically they have quota for. If I total up the quota for my direct reps for the year and also my quota for the overlay reps for the year, it adds up to 1.54 million, which is again in line with our high-level strategic initiative. So not only does Anaplan provide you vertical alignment as you push your targets down your organizational structures, but it also provides you the horizontal alignment across your sales organization so that any rep associated with the same piece of the same area is aligned with one another. To learn more, contact Anaplan Sales at salesinfo@anaplan.com.